when you sat there and you felt it to me, it seemed like you were comfortable. It seemed like you were like really like,
I'm talking about something I'm passionate about.
And even for me, when I do my videos, when I'm by myself, I can really kind of get out how I feel. And then when we do the vlogs together, those just seem to just flow really easy because we're not addressing anything. We're not like, it's not forced. I think that's how we should just keep it until we know how to do it otherwise. Like, and it could just be that the environment that we're in, it could be that we don't have enough space. It could be that we just don't, you know what I mean? It could just be that we still need to learn how to communicate better.
Well, for me, it's the simple fact that a lot of people, again, is emotionally soft. People can't handle the harsh truth.
And that's true.
And that's how I'm coming.
And you know what, though?
Because I like when the harsh truth hits me and smacks me upside my shit. See what I'm saying?
And me too, because it's helped me, right? Like, I think that people have this assumption and this idea that when you're being told something or when someone's trying to help you, that you have to, that it has to be something that comes easy, right? For me, what doesn't,
pleasing. Has to have sugar on it, go down easy.
But I find that even when it's hard for me to hear what you have to say, even if I'm crying, even if I'm down here bawling, I still sit here or stand here with pride, knowing that, okay, yeah, maybe how he's saying it, and I might be crying, but it doesn't mean that I still can't learn anything. It doesn't mean that I'm doing something absolutely wrong because I don't know something. And I think that because people don't like to be told that they're doing something wrong or that they don't know something, it's hard for them to grasp what's being said, because the moment someone starts crying, the moment someone storms out, the dynamic of what's trying to be taught goes out the window. It's like, well, now it don't even matter.
That's because it's more emotions involved.
Yeah, it's more emotions.
Rather than actual having some type of moral compass, having some type of values, having some type type of resilience and understanding and self-reflection.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Somebody who can't do that is gonna get butt hurt every time about something when the truth hurts. And it's supposed to hurt.
And I used to be like that. I used to cry and walk away. Remember when we first started dating? I used to walk away. I used to cry. The moment I felt like I was crying. And I think that just stemmed from like my past, like growing up, when I'm being told, by my own mom that, oh, well, she's crying, so I know she's lying. And it was just like, so now when I feel like that, at first, like I felt like when I start crying that other people would think that I was lying. And it was just a thing, like, you really think that I'm lying because I'm crying right now? And I'm thinking like, well, if she realized that and she's my own mom, even though I'm not lying, then you would too. And so when I cried, I just stormed out. I felt like it was no reason for me to have to explain anything, because you're going to assume that I'm lying. So it's better if I just don't say anything at all. I just cry and walk away. And that was wrong, but I didn't realize that at the time.
Like I said, man, everybody want to be pacified. Everybody wants to be right. Everybody want to look good. They want to look like people are afraid to show their flaws.
Yeah.
And everybody has a sense of that. Everybody got a little bit of that in themselves, right? But some people, and I can only speak for myself, some people as myself, man, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Just like if I know I'm right, I know I'm right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just takes to be cognitive of when you right and wrong.
Yeah.
And admit when you're wrong. If you're wrong, learn something and get better.
Man, it is so hard. It's such a hard pill to swallow when you realize that you're wrong. And then it's like, okay, you got two options. Either keep arguing that you're right, even when you just realize you're wrong, or let that person know that you've realized that you're wrong. And people would rather argue.
And you can tell people that you realize you're wrong, and at the same time express why you thought how you thought.
Right.
But I can see how that's wrong, and how I was thinking about that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But a person can't do that if they ain't trying to get better.
Yeah.
People get, again, ignorance is bliss. People get comfortable in being wrong.
Yeah. And for me,
liars, deceivers.
I used to get embarrassed. It's one of those things where I'm like, oh my God, I have to I'm wrong, and I know that I'm wrong now. So
Yes,
if I have to even, and so now I make it a point to be like, okay, you know what? It's only going to be embarrassing if I let it be embarrassing. If I'm not confident in wanting to change, right? So if I'm going to tell you that I just did something wrong, or I realize, you know what, you are absolutely right. At this point, the only reason why I'm able to say that is because I want to make clear that I am confident that I want to change, and that I want to know what's right, and that I want to change.
Wrong. You know what to change,
exactly,
and how to change it.
It's
easy.
Exactly,
It's
and then I find that when I do that with you, that you're more willing to kind of like, yeah, and and just be
That's
more.
When I'll soften up
Exactly.
and explain it in a better way.
And you're like, yeah, babe, I'm not trying to put you on blast, and I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm better than you. I genuinely care, and I genuinely want you to do better.
Right. But I need you to understand the severity of how I feel about this.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna say it harsh. And then after that, I might cut you up a little bit, but after that, I'm gonna put some peroxide on your wound and put a Band-Aid on it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think I think over years of you doing that made me more comfortable in telling you that when I know that I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. Like being able to confide in you and trust that I know that you're going to patch me up. Like, because I'm sensitive.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that makes me want to accept that same kind of thing even more. Tell me when I'm wrong the same way, even if it's harsh, the same way.
Yeah.
Tell me the same way.
Yeah.
How I did. Yeah, man.
Yeah. And you know what? And I'll be wanting to.
It doesn't. The problems that I see in relationships, or the problems that I've seen us have in the past, and problems that I know that we'll run across in the future, man, it's all so small because it's so easily resolved. That's what pisses me off about it.
Yeah.
It's like, man, we sitting here arguing about something small.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even a thing. What is going on here? That's when I get irritated and I say things in a harsh way, because if you boil it down, it's the easiest things to resolve or even bypass. You can avoid all of it.
Yeah.
You know
No, I get that. And even like last night I got real vulnerable. I told you something that I never thought that I was ever going to have to explain to you, because I was embarrassed at saying this, right? Like I'm thinking to myself, man, Precious, you are about to be 30 years old, and you are about to tell this man that you have no idea how you process things, that you have no understanding of anything in life, and you've just realized that you honestly do not know what you're doing. And it was only embarrassing because I had to say it to somebody that what I think knows themselves so well, and now it's gonna seem like when I tell you this, it's like in my head I'm thinking like, man, he's about to laugh at me. And he's about to be like, are you kidding me? You're about to be 30 years old. You're a grown woman. And
somebody
you don't
like
understand how your brain processes that.
Get there. Somebody like me is going to help you and try and help guide you to get there.
And you did. After I said that, I seen you light up a little bit. I seen you loosen up a little bit. Like, pretty much like tell me, man, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But for somebody that looks around and sees like, man, how does everybody figure it out? Why am I still like, why can't I, what I think, why is that not coming out of my mouth? Why is what I think I can't physically do? What is going on? Why am I disconnected that way? Because what I'm thinking in my head and then what I say to what you tell me you understood is completely wrong about what I'm actually thinking. And I'm like, okay, I completely butchered that. I don't know. And then that's when I realized it, like, and I sat here for a while and I'm just like, in my head, how am I going to tell this man that I do not understand anything in my life?
You
like
just
nothing.
Tell me.
And then I did.
It's that easy. That's what I'm trying to say.
And it was that easy. But
folks can go to can we all know about AA meetings? The first step of overcoming addiction is to admit that you're addicted. Or admit it first, and then you can change it. That we all know that. That's with anything. That ain't just with addiction.
Yeah.
And again, you can be addicted to anything.
Yeah.
Some people are addicted to lying.
Yeah.
Some people are addicted to hiding who they truly are from people. You see what I'm saying? Not saying that you doing that, but I'm just saying you could be addicted to anything.
Exactly, right.
So the first step to overcome it is to admit it. Like,
yeah. And it's baggage because, like, I say this all the time, like, growing up, when you see somebody bullying somebody because they don't have on the latest things, and I'm in my head thinking, like, and as I'm growing up, you are bullying this person because they're poor. And I mean, and I don't mean like poor as in they have nothing. I mean, as in clearly their parents are probably, they have other priorities other than trying to buy the latest Jordans. They're trying to feed their kids. And because they don't have enough to say, okay, you know what, I can feed my kids whatever they want and also put Jordans on their feet, you're going to sit right here in this person's face, look at their shoes, point at their shoes, and say, ha, ha, ha. And so that's what I was thinking as before I was telling you this, like, I'm about to tell him, like, that's the same feeling that I got. Like, I'm going to tell him that I have no idea what's going on. He's going to laugh at me because I'm about to be 30 years old. And you have the world telling you that at 30 years old, you should have your stuff together.
I think we talked about this the other day, but them kind of people who do stuff like that,
yeah,
they bullying somebody because they really got the same exact flaw, but they rather make fun of somebody to divert and you know, divert their attention away from themselves because they having the same issue, the same flaws. They might have some Jordans on, but they laughing at the person that's got some buddies on. You call them buddies. You laughing at somebody like that because you know you stole your J's. You ain't had no money to pay for them J's.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Them some hand-me-downs. Them was somebody, them your big cousin J's that you inherited. So you trying to clown somebody else because you ain't got it like that neither.
Yeah.
That's so. Yeah. So with that being said, man, only if it would be exposed that I don't know what I'm talking about if I'm gonna clown you for not knowing what you're doing in life or not knowing how you think in life.
Yeah.
That means I don't know how I think and I'm trying to make fun of you so that you don't know that I have the same flaw.
Yeah.
That's man. I don't move like that because I'm not like that.
The perception that people have when they look at TV and movies and social media, the perception and the pressure that they put on people to feel or that social media puts on regular people to think that we have it together and that we know what we're doing and that life is so perfect over here, the grass is greener over here, and then they have to look at themselves and then look like, man, why can't I be like that?
Man, you know how long it took for them to make that movie script?
Right.
You know how long it took for them to sequence this sitcom or this show? Yeah. You know how many takes it might have took a content creator to do a video?
Exactly.
And they messed up and messed up and messed up over and over.
Exactly, man. And
that show you, man, it ain't nothing perfect, man.
That pressure is
folks,
real.
man. But they put that out there.
Yeah.
They put that out there because they gonna hide them flaws to make it seem like you ain't got your stuff together because they know they ain't had theirs together. It took them time to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And it does.
I ain't with that, man. All this fake life stuff, man, all the fake stuff is not for me.
Yeah.
I can't live like that. I can't portray like that. None of that.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's coming out of my mouth. If it's an opinion, you can guarantee that it's informed and I intentionally am trying to help. You see what I'm saying? Because I ain't with all that. I don't rock like that.
Yeah, and I completely know that, and I completely understand that because at a point in time when I first started the social media, like I think I got stuck into seeing like these numbers of the videos going viral, and I'm just like, and it does give you, it's very captivating. It pulls you in, and I can see how somebody can get big-headed, how somebody can get
lost in the sauce.
Right. As they say, lost in the sauce. But honestly though, after time of me doing it, what helped me is the fact that, man, when I seen like people messaging me and they're telling me like, you know, you helped me so much, like you explained that so well, words that I could never like express how I felt, like, you know what I mean, and how much I'm helping people. and how much you're learning from me, man, that just, at that point, like, it was just like, okay, I know that I'm not just going to put out content just because. I'm not going to follow trends. I can't do that because it's not who I am.
But not for me.
Yeah, I don't, the number doesn't matter to me as far as how many views I got on there, man. It's what people say to me. It's what and how I'm helping people, like, and I just, to me, like, that's why it's really hard for us to do content every single day. It's because you would think, like what we're saying, like, man, it's the easiest thing in the world. It really is the easiest thing in the world to literally just get on this camera and say, okay, get in the hot seat. Okay, do a prank. And that is very easy to do, but because it's not me, because I know that there's no impact in that, it doesn't help me want to do that. It doesn't scream captivating to me, interesting to me, like, you know, purpose. It doesn't scream purpose to me. So
So with that being said, look, I know y'all probably watching, like, what is y'all doing? We was trying to do a different kind of video. We were trying to do a specific video, and that it just wasn't working. We had got to just having a conversation. I just pressed record. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we wasn't intentionally trying to make this any kind of video. I just said, forget it. Instead of just, you know, trying to fabricate a certain kind of video, man. Like I said, not that we was being fake or nothing like that, but nah, man. I just hit record and just was having a normal conversation. This is what we do every single day.
Right, and I think a lot of the questions that we get from you guys is, you know, how do we communicate? How are we able to stay on the same page? And the answer is, we are not on the same page.
Right.
We are completely not on the same page. You guys, we stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning last night. We stayed up to this morning having a very, very hard conversation. And as much as I'd hate to admit this, but a lot of the times that we have hard conversations, it's me realizing what I'm doing wrong. You guys always ask, like, how are you so gentle? How are you so this? How are you that? How are you this? And you guys never really hear him talk. But honestly, like, he talks so much outside of the camera, because, like, his main point in a lot of the things that what he believes doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. It's our relationship, our personal lives that he's so focused on, and that there's nothing that I can do on this camera without realizing what I am not doing outside of the camera.
And I be wanting to get on camera and do that, but at the same time, it's like, I be feeling, I'm gonna be honest with you, I be feeling like it would be, I would appear weird and y'all wouldn't understand what I'm saying, so I just don't really do it. But man,
and you'll see me crying a lot, you guys. I am very sensitive. I will cry. He could not even be like, he could be saying like the simplest things to me, but it's, I would literally start crying, because I am that, it's almost just like, man, when I know that somebody cares about me and they're telling me something that I do not understand, that it's frustrating, because like I just said earlier, what I'm thinking in my head and what's coming out of my mouth is two different things, and I don't know how to explain to somebody. You guys, I'm just gonna start crying. You guys watch me go sit up here and cry, like the simplest things. I kid you not.
So she got it.
I'm literally a crier. Like, I want to cry now. Like, that's how I release my stress, you guys. And like, because I can't connect it. I mean, and that's part of like being autistic. That's a part of being autistic. It's not perfect, but we're not on the same page.
And we ain't mean to bore y'all out. We ain't mean to, you know, do none of that stuff. But, you know, like I said, we just want to help. You know what I mean? And hopefully this kind of helps let y'all, at least help y'all know who we are as people. You know what I mean? So
and how we communicate and how we get out
get through the hard subjects, through the hard times.
Because this is every day, you guys, every day, like literally. And I'm telling him about himself too. I'm telling him about himself too. Like, it's not.
Perfect. I need to hear it too. Like I said, if I can dish it out in a you know, in a harsh way, then I need it dished back to me in a harsh way. You know, I need to receive certain things in a harsh way, because it make me realize things. So, you know, I literally live by the rule of do unto others as you want done to you. That's who I've been since I was born. It's you know, and now we can get into the whole empathy thing in some other time, but I'm an extreme empathetic person. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, if I can dish it out, I can receive it the same way. You know, so yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
I hope this gives you guys just a little bit of insight on how we think and how we're able to communicate with each other, you guys. It's a lot of like back and forth. It's a lot of talking over each other, and we're trying to come up with this new system to do it. But you guys, you don't look at our relationship and think that we're perfect and think that you have to be like us because of a 30-second video that you guys see, or because you guys see us how we are with Miko. We're very gentle with each other, with our family, with everybody in this household, but we're also very brutally honest with each other too. Everything is not going to come out sweet as pie.
Right.
It's not going to.
As it shouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right, as it shouldn't. So you guys just got to find what's best for your relationship, your marriage, your parenting style. Find what works for you, the best way to get out how you guys feel and how to move as a unit. He always says that. That's his little move as a unit thing. But, you know, so I hope you guys
like the video. If not, dislike it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
be honest about how you feel. Like, and so we know what's going on. So that being said, y'all have a good one. We'll catch y'all next time.